Old Grandpa told y'all he was gonna talk to y'all every day. But here I am. You know, back about 1975, I was just a young, dumb, full of cum, old young man then. I went to work for the North Charleston Fire Department. And there was an old fella come up, man, damn police pull up, had him in the back, you know, and had him handcuffed. I said, good God, man, that looks like old Pee Wee. I used to remember this old boy named Pee Wee Gaskins. And he was a crazy little shit, stood a little 5 foot, and he talked like me, you know. And he said, Charlie boy, we gonna get drunk tonight, you know. So we go out, boy, we get all drunk up, ride around, you know, and laugh, and get in a bunch of trouble and shit, you know. One night I was in a damn bar called the Candy Apple Lounge over on Savannah Highway. And old Pee Wee was in there, man. He was about to fuck up. I done drank about a case of beer, and I was pretty fucked up. And me and him got darking, you know. And I grabbed old Pee Wee and I slammed his head in the bar, boy, and I thought that motherfucker died. So old Pee Wee lay there bleeding, you know, and he got up. He said, Charlie Green, you better be glad you my friend. 'Cause if you weren't my friend, you'd be in my graveyard tomorrow. Old Pee Wee, you funny motherfucker. You can't do a goddamn thing, man. Old Pee Wee tell me, he said, Charlie Green, you just better be careful. So, a couple days later, like I said, I was at the firehouse, and here come this old police cruiser coming. And old Pee Wee used to ride around. He had an old hearse. And he was always riding around that hearse everywhere. You just see him. He'd go off for days and not come back. Back to my story short, though. He was there at the damn police station. And they pulled him out, and I'm standing there at the back door because the fire station, police station was right there side by side back there when they first started incorporated into a city, see? Pee Wee get out, they bring old Pee Wee out, and he look at me, and he said, Charlie Green. How they doing, Charlie Green? I guess I won't be seeing you for a while. So I laughed, I said, what the fuck? They must have caught that son of a bitch drunk in a corner somewhere and bring him to the police station, sober his ass up. So that later on we watching the news, you know, and all of a sudden, arrested, Pee Wee Gaskins. On charges of murder. The motherfucker was a serial killer. He was killing people and burying them all over South Carolina. Jesus fucking Christ. Scared the piss out of me, man. I am not fucking lying. And here I am thinking, I done whip his ass in the bar and he done threatened to put me in a graveyard. Boy, I quit drinking. I quit smoking my dope for a while anyway, let's put it that way. But yeah, I got that, oh my God, man. And here I am, I done whip his ass and go be in a graveyard. Sewed my ass up quick. But yeah, he killed him and another friend of mine, they killed his wife and baby. They killed people just because they didn't fucking like them. But I tell you what, tomorrow, I'm gonna tell you more about Pee Wee tomorrow. Some things you didn't know that's gonna make you say, huh? My God. Grandpa used to run around with a serial killer. Holy shit. Talk to you tomorrow, youngins. Told you I was gonna talk to you today now. Back to the subject of Pee Wee. Old Pee Wee, man, he was from a place called Conway, South Carolina. Nothing but goddamn rednecks and goddamn alligators and snakes around that part of the country. But old Pee Wee, man, they convicted him of murdering them people, you know, and they were digging up graves all over South Carolina. And so they finally just they took him to court, you know, and found him guilty. Sentenced him to death in the chair. Well, old Pee Wee, he laughed, but y'all think y'all got nothing on me. Well, one day they were going down, they were walking down the corridor of the prison, and he didn't like one of them guards anyway. Well, Pee Wee had swallowed a razor blade, and they were going down the aisle, you know, the corridor of the prison. Old Pee Wee pulled that razor blade up out of his damn throat and cut that goddamn guard's throat. So they took him back to court. Now poor guard died, and they had another goddamn charge. They took him back, and they were gonna burn his ass. And Pee Wee didn't give a fuck. He'd already gonna die anyway. What do you ever give a shit? And Pee Wee was an artist. Pee Wee used to draw pictures of himself in the electric chair with a fucking egg frying on his head and shit. You know what I'm saying? Pee Wee wrote me a letter one time while he was in prison. Sent me one of his pictures. Johnny Green, I miss you. You motherfucker, don't you miss me, because I ain't got a goddamn thing to do with your motherfucking ass, you serial killing son of a bitch. I don't even fucking know you. But old Pee Wee, man, I swear so anyway, gave him goddamn death for killing the guard. Old Pee Wee didn't give a shit. Didn't stop him. He was fucking. Pee Wee was infamous. And tomorrow I'm going to carry this story on, but there's a lot more to tell about old Pee Wee. Your old grandpa's back in the day when he really didn't give a shit about nothing. You know what I'm saying? So I'll see y'all tomorrow, and I'm going to finish up this story with Pee Wee. The end is the best, and you save the best for last. Talk to you tomorrow, youngins. Old grandpa here. You know, the last 2 days, I've been telling you about old Pee Wee Gaskins. That little motherfucker, that's how he talk, you know. Little short piece of shit, killing people, burying them. If me and him got in a fight, I whip his little ass, and he gonna threaten to put me in a graveyard and shit. Man. Well, then we'll finish it up. There was a guy in Myrtle Beach this fella killed his mom and dad. So he hired old Pee Wee to kill that little motherfucker in prison. And old Pee Wee, he was always out for a buck, you know. The guy had a little canteen shit, you know. So old Pee Wee took the job, you know. He hooked up a radio, right? So when the guy put the radio, he'd plug it in, fry his brain. So old Pee Wee, man, he rigged that old radio up. And they were sitting out there, you know. He said, look at me, man, tell me this radio working. I'm going to pass it up to you. It don't seem to be, I can't hear it too good. Goddamn cigarette. He said, I don't seem to hear it too good. He said, I'm going to hook it up. You tell me if you hear it. That old crazy motherfucker took the phone, took that radio and put it up next to his ear and boom! Blew that motherfucker's head off. Well, they tried old Pee Wee for that, you know, and they arrested the guy that hired him, and he spent his time in the pen too. And they give old Pee Wee another death sentence. And that little motherfucker, he doesn't have like 8 or 9 goddamn death sentences, you know. But every time before they kill him, he'd tell them where a body was, and they go dig it up, and another court case, you know, he'd have to go back to trial and get another 5, 6 more years. Well, this time they just ignored his ass and cooked him, right? So, a few years later, they closed the old prison, you know. Been there for 100 years, you know, and they gonna rebuild it. They gonna tear it down, make condominiums. So they were doing a tour. Me and the youngins went on that tour. I took Michael and Charlie in there, you know. And now this here's where old Pee Wee Gaskins used to live. You ain't kidding. You see how little this motherfucker is? That's where you gonna end up. You don't straighten your ass out, I guarantee you your ass gonna be in the prison. Well, one of them made it there, but at least Michael ain't gone yet. Anyway, we looking at old Pee Wee's cell, you know, and I thought to myself, you know, old Pee Wee from the days of running around, getting drunk and driving that little hunch he's all over the country, that little motherfucker. So, anyway, back to my story. I gotta finish this up. Old Pee Wee, man, We look up there on the wall, and there's a big motherfucking pentagram on the wall. And my oldest son said, Dad. I said, what, Charlie? Ain't that your name in the middle of that motherfucker? I said, oh my God, that little son of a bitch done put me in a pentagram on his wall in prison. Motherfucker hated me. Woo! I'm glad that little short shit dead. But Pee-wee, he gone, but he's far from forgotten. He ruined a lot of families. He ruined a lot of people. But old Pee-wee will live forever in the minds. And I guess he was the son of Satan. I see y'all tomorrow with a brand new vlog. Bye, youngins!